The season pass card for the month of January 2025 will be none other than Iron Patriot. Okay, that's going to be the season pass card. And I will be honest, Iron Patriot's ability intrigues me a bit. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into his ability. So, on reveal, add a random 4, 5, or 6 cost card to your hand. If you're winning here after next turn, give it -4 cost. So that's actually pretty cool. Okay, so it's a 2 card, a Patriot, Iron Patriot. He is a 2/3. So let's say you play him on 10-2, and then you'll get a 6 card in your hand randomly. Okay. And then you win that location on 10-3. So the 6 card gets -4 cost and becomes a 2 card. If it's a random 4 cost, it will become 0. 5, it will become 1. Now, that's actually very powerful on the third. Potentially very powerful, okay? The reason I say potentially, because you will notice that the effect he has does not say add a random 4, 5, or 6 card from your deck to your hand. It just said to your hand, meaning that it is truly random. Like it can be any 4, 5, or 6 cost in the game of Mobile Snap. So, yeah, you gotta keep that in mind. That is pretty important. The reason it's pretty important because I'm not sure if it could be Agatha. I I mean, in theory, it could be an Agatha, right? I mean, yeah, in theory, the 6 card could be Agatha, but you could also get something like a Super Scroll at the last moment when you actually need one because your opponent is using nothing but ongoing. You could get an Iron Man. You could get a number of things, right? So, yeah, you could get Magneto. You know, the list goes on and on. This card I expect to be overpowered, if I'm being perfectly honest. Out of every new card, new season pass card I have seen lately, I expect this one to low-key get nerfed the most. Okay. Only because of the fact that it just seems super powerful. You're adding a random 4, 5, or 6 cost to your hand, and then if you happen to be winning the location after next turn, give it -4 cost, the card that you added to your hand. So I expect to see a lot of Mobius during the next season because Mobius blocks half of the card's ability. Not both halves, only like the -4 cost. Now, with that said, I do imagine like a scenario. Okay, picture this. You play on your Iron Patriot on turn 2, right? Which you have priority after that. It encourages your opponent to play a card to that location because they're like, oh, I don't want my opponent to get negative forecast on the mystery card that I don't know what it is, because it's also a psychological thing. They don't know if it's going to be good either. Even after you see if it's good or not, they still have to assume the worst. That it's something that will help you a lot. So they're like, I don't want that to cost 4 less. So what are they more likely to do? Play that lane to try to win it. And that's when you play Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot, which was just, this past season's one of the cards for this past season. So, yeah, comboed pretty well with that, I might add. Now, that's case scenario, that's like a dream scenario where you're winning the location. They didn't play anything on turn 2, or they only played a 1 cost, which, yeah. I mean, if they played a 1 cost, I mean, on turn 2, I don't know. Maybe they would destroy deck. I don't know. Don't ask me, man. It's a hypothetical. Okay, but anyway, I think this card is going to be real good. Now, I know we talked about how Mobius does counter it to a degree. Mobius counters it. Now, of course, since it's on reveal, Cosmo potentially counted it. I mean, Cosmo technically counted it since it's on reveal, but with that said, Cosmo is a 3-cost card. Chances are you're going to want to, or rather your opponent is going to want to play this on turn 2, ideally, because it just fits the curve just nicely. Like, turn 2, let's say you get a 4 cost, and then you win the next location. Win the location that Iron Patriot is next turn. So, yeah. Though in that case, I would want to play something like Iron Patriot, and then if my opponent has priority, then possibly play Red Guardian on whatever they are playing, so I can get priority back, hopefully, and be winning that location, so I can have a -4. -4 on my 4-cut card would mean that that card is free. And then -4 on a 5-cost card mean that card would cost 1. And -4 on a 6-cost card mean that card would cost 2. Now, I could be interpreting this whole card wrong, okay? So definitely let me know, comment section below, if I am interpreting it wrong. I hope I'm not, because it seems crazy good. But yeah, definitely let me know if I'm interpreting it wrong in any way, shape, or form, or what combos do you think would work brilliant with Iron Patriot. And yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.